Meet James Aguiar and Mark Haldeman. They live in Park Slope, Brooklyn, in a fantastic house that was built in 1899. What is so unusual about this particular story is that Mark and James have lived in this apartment twice.
When we decided to leave this fabulous apartment, we had bought a house upstate.
They found a similar apartment 2 doors down that was just 1 floor. Later, deciding that they missed their old space, Mark and James decided to move back in.
So when we approached it, designing it the second time, we had a lot of our friends say, are you going to go back and do what you did before? And we said, absolutely not. We've got a clean slate. We can redo the whole thing.
I just happened to have a copy of the magazine the first time we photographed their apartment.
And we decided that we wanted a proper library. We have a lot of books. We just sort of decided to be unapologetic. And then one day I said, but I think we need to do the ceiling. And he was like,
you've got to be kidding me. Nobody wallpapers a ceiling. I love my library, but I love the living room upstairs as well because it just feels so different from the rest of the house.
What I love about this room is that the light is constantly changing, and right now it feels like I'm sitting in the middle of a pearl.
We've never really done a white room before. It's not strictly white, but it's very muted, and having kind of that dichotomy of going from these spaces downstairs into the upstairs living space, it was really one of the things that I was most excited about.
We tongue-in-cheekily call our art collection the gallery.
It's very much a high-low mixture too.
We have wonderful pieces from Hunt Sloanum, and Robertson. That was a really fun thing to be illustrated by Donald Robertson.
2 of my favorites are these etchings, illustrations by a French artist named Jules Hébertiz.
The bedroom palette was really conscious in choosing a dark tone. It is dark, and it's nice to just kind of envelop yourself. Fashion and style kind of really enter this apartment in a very interesting way. It's very illustrated in the bedroom. The most fun for me when we moved back into this apartment was turning what was a former office into a dressing room. The high-low of how we did the dressing room with taking an IKEA cabinet, multiple closets, putting it together, inserting these tack boards for ephemera of memories and invitations and inspiration and photographs. And then behind that, to have our wardrobe was really a cool little project for us. Entertaining and dining is one of the most important things that we do here because not a lot of people do it in New York. There's not, space is at a premium, time is at a premium. Yes, setting the perfect table is really important, but I cook, we make everything, we don't call it in, and it's a really wonderful thing.
My takeaway is to be a little more adventurous because I love the way that their style keeps evolving and they're not afraid to change things up. That's another really important takeaway for me. Change.